Are you tired of waiting for things to change on their own? Have you noticed how often the change you desire only happens when you finally decide to stop depending on others? In this video, we will show you how to take full control of your life and become independent without needing anyone's approval or motivation. Inspired by the powerful teachings of Louise Hay, the transformation you will experience here won't be superficial. This video will show you how to build solid discipline and an unshakable mindset so you can achieve your goals every day without waiting for ideal circumstances. We will teach you how to be your own source of strength and motivation. By watching, you will discover how to break free from old patterns and start creating real results consistently. Get ready to become the best version of yourself, with no more excuses, no more waiting. The transformation starts now, and it depends entirely on you. Are you ready to change? Not just in theory, but in practice, with real actions that will transform your life in just 30 days. Often the biggest obstacle is simply making the decision to start. As much as we desire change, the simple act of taking the first step can feel overwhelming. The fear of failure, self-doubt, and even the exhaustion from past attempts can hold us back. But here's the secret. There is no transformation without action. This is the moment you need to stop and make a firm choice. No more waiting for external motivation or ideal circumstances. Change starts when you clearly decide what you want for your life. And that's exactly what you're doing right now, deciding to take control. What you want is not out of your reach, it's within you. The power to transform your reality lies in your ability to take action, even when circumstances aren't perfect. It's normal that changes don't happen instantly, and you don't have to wait for a huge wave of motivation. In fact, it often doesn't come. Real transformation happens in the consistency of small daily actions that, when accumulated, create big change. This means that it doesn't matter if you're tired, if the day wasn't perfect, or if you're not feeling 100% motivated. What matters is that you've decided to start. Now, imagine what would happen if, instead of waiting, you started right now. Imagine if you made the decision to do something every day that brings you closer to your goal. It doesn't need to be big, just consistent. Every step you take will bring you closer to the woman you want to be. And this woman is not a version of you that you need to wait to become. She's already inside you. You just need to allow her to manifest through your daily choices. You've already taken the first step by starting this video. Now, it's time to make that decision real. Every action you take from now on will reflect that choice. With this decision, you're no longer waiting for something or someone to change your life. You're taking control and creating the life you've always wanted. This requires courage, but it also requires discipline. Remember, transformation doesn't depend on a big burst of inspiration or motivation from the outside. It comes from your ability to act with consistency, to keep moving forward, even when the odds aren't in your favor. The process is simple but powerful. Start small, but never stop. Now take a moment to think. What's the first thing you can do today to take a step toward the change you want? What's the first small habit you can adopt to begin this transformation? Comment below with what you feel would be the first step for your journey. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so now to continue following this transformation journey. Don't wait until later because your change starts now. Now that you've made the decision to take control, let's talk about one of the biggest challenges you'll face along this journey: resistance. It's a natural part of the process, and it often appears when we begin stepping out of our comfort zones. Resistance comes in many forms, whether it's procrastination, fear, or the voice inside your head that says, maybe it's too hard, or I'll do it tomorrow. But here's the truth. Resistance is not your enemy. It's a sign that you're on the right path. When you start to take action, you will notice that the hardest part is not the tasks themselves, but your internal battle you'll find yourself fighting against the habits and patterns you've built over the years. These old habits are comfortable. They're familiar, even if they don't serve you anymore. But it's important to understand that this resistance is not an indication of failure. It's simply a sign of change. When you push past that resistance, you're breaking through the old version of yourself and making space for the new. Sometimes, resistance will show up in the form of procrastination. You'll feel like there's always something else to do, something that seems easier or more appealing in the moment. But procrastination is often rooted in fear or a lack of clarity. The good news is, it's something you can overcome. It just takes practice and a commitment to moving forward, even if you don't feel like it. Another way resistance appears is through self-doubt. You may start questioning your ability to succeed. Am I capable of this? Or, what if I fail? These thoughts are common, but they don't define you. They're simply your mind trying to keep you in your comfort zone. To break through them, you must take action despite the doubts. Every time you act, even if you don't feel fully confident, you strengthen your belief in yourself. And then, there's the resistance that comes from the fear of failure. It's natural to fear failure, especially when you're trying something new or setting big goals. But the truth is, failure is not the end. It's a part of the process. Every failure is an opportunity to learn and grow. The only real failure is when you stop trying. So, when you hit a setback, don't be discouraged. Use it as fuel to keep going. The more you face and overcome resistance, the more confident and resilient you become. As you continue your journey, you'll encounter moments when resistance feels overwhelming. But that's when you need to dig deeper. Take a moment to pause and reflect. What are you really resisting? What's holding you back from taking that next step? Sometimes, just recognizing the resistance can be the first step to overcoming it. Remember, resistance doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It means you're moving in the right direction. So, when you feel that resistance, take a deep breath, acknowledge it, and then keep moving forward. Each step you take will weaken that resistance and bring you closer to the version of yourself you're striving to become. As you begin to confront resistance, the next step in your transformation is building consistency. Consistency is the foundation of change. It's the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. But building consistency is not about doing everything perfectly from the start. It's about taking small, intentional actions every single day, no matter how you feel in the moment. One of the biggest misconceptions people have about change is that it needs to be drastic or immediate. While a sudden burst of motivation can feel great, it doesn't last. What does last, however, are the habits you build over time. It's the little things you do each day, even on the days when motivation seems low, that compound and lead to real transformation. For example, think about your morning routine. A simple habit, like waking up early to start your day with intention, can have a huge impact on how the rest of your day unfolds. It sets the tone for the day and gives you a sense of accomplishment before you even start your work. But you don't need to aim for perfection. It's about making your habits as consistent as possible. Consistency is not about doing everything at once or achieving perfection every single time. It's about progress. If you can show up, even on the days when you're tired or distracted, you're building the muscle of discipline. Just like with physical exercise, the more you practice, the stronger you get. And eventually, these small habits will start to feel effortless because you'll have trained your mind and body to do them without overthinking. One of the most powerful habits you can adopt is journaling. It doesn't have to be long or complicated. Just a few minutes each day to write down your thoughts, your feelings, and your goals. Journaling helps you reflect on your progress and keep track of your journey. It helps you stay accountable to yourself and your dreams. It also allows you to clear your mind so you can focus better on the tasks ahead. Another simple habit is practicing gratitude. Gratitude can shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. It can help you focus on what you already have, instead of constantly striving for what you don't. Starting or ending your day with gratitude can be a game changer in how you see yourself and the world around you. It helps you appreciate the small wins along the way, making you more resilient in the face of challenges. But what if you slip up? What if you miss a day or two? That's completely normal. The important part is not to give up. Building consistency isn't about being perfect, it's about being persistent. When you miss a habit, just get back on track as soon as you can. Don't let a small mistake derail your progress. Every day is a new opportunity to show up and take action. Think about it. In just 30 days, by consistently making small changes every day, you can completely shift your habits and mindset. And when you look back, you'll be amazed at how much you've accomplished. These daily habits are the building blocks of the new you. Now let's reflect for a moment. What small habit can you start incorporating into your day-to-day? How can you show up consistently, even on the days when motivation is lacking? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. And if this video is helping you see how powerful small, consistent actions can be, consider subscribing to the channel to keep building this momentum with us. As you continue on this journey of transformation, one of the most persistent obstacles you will face is self-doubt. It's natural to question your abilities, especially when you're taking on something new or stepping into unfamiliar territory. Self-doubt can creep in during moments when you're not seeing immediate results or when things get difficult. But here's the truth. Self-doubt is just a feeling, not a fact. What you may not realize is that self-doubt is a defense mechanism your mind uses to keep you in your comfort zone. When you start pushing yourself to grow, your mind will often resist, telling you that you're not capable, that you're not good enough, or that you're bound to fail. This is where you need to shift your mindset. Instead of listening to these negative thoughts, you need to challenge them. When you feel doubt creeping in, ask yourself, is this true, or is this just a thought that I don't need to listen? One of the most powerful ways to overcome self-doubt is by taking action, even when you're not sure. Each time you take a step, despite your doubts, you're proving to yourself that you can do it. These small victories build your confidence and reinforce the belief that you are capable. The key is to start small. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because it may never come. Instead, take one small action and then another. This consistent progress will begin to shift your mindset and help you believe in yourself. It's important to recognize that doubt is a normal part of the process, and it doesn't mean you're not on the right path. Every successful person has experienced self-doubt. The difference is that they didn't let it stop them. They pushed through it, and so can you. When you feel doubt, acknowledge it, but don't let it control you. Use it as fuel to prove to yourself that you can keep going. Another way to overcome self-doubt is by focusing on your strengths rather than your weaknesses. It's easy to get caught up in everything you think you're doing wrong, but focusing on your strengths shifts your attention to what's going well. Take a moment to reflect on your past successes, no matter how small they seem. These accomplishments are evidence that you are capable of succeeding. Write them down and remind yourself of them whenever you feel doubt. Affirmations are also a powerful tool to combat self-doubt. Speaking positive statements to yourself like I am capable, I am worthy, or I am making progress every day can help shift your mindset from one of doubt to one of empowerment. The more you repeat these affirmations, the more you begin to believe them. It may feel unnatural at first, but over time, your subconscious mind will start to accept them as truth. When self-doubt shows up, remember that you don't have to feel confident to take action. Confidence comes from doing, not from waiting until you feel ready. The act of doing something, even if you're not fully confident, builds your confidence over time. And with each step, your self-doubt will begin to fade. replaced by a growing belief in your ability to succeed. So, take a moment to reflect. What doubts have been holding you back from taking action? How can you shift your mindset and start focusing on your strengths instead of your perceived limitations? Remember, you are capable of achieving everything you set your mind to. Your thoughts may try to tell you otherwise, but you have the power to choose what you believe. As you continue on your path to transformation, one of the most important things you can do is practice self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on yourself when you're trying to make changes, especially when things don't go as planned. You might criticize yourself for not moving fast enough or not being perfect. But here's the truth. Self-compassion is essential for lasting change. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness, care, and understanding that you would offer to a close friend. It's about recognizing that you are human, that mistakes are a part of life, and that they don't define you. Too often, we expect ourselves to be perfect, and when we fail, we beat ourselves up. But this approach only leads to frustration and burnout. Instead of harsh criticism, try to approach yourself with patience and empathy. The process of transformation is not linear. There will be days when things go smoothly, and there will be days when you slip up. It's important to remember that setbacks are a natural part of growth. When you slip up, it doesn't mean you failed. It simply means you're human. Instead of criticizing yourself, practice self-compassion. Forgive yourself, learn from the experience, and move forward with a renewed commitment. One of the most powerful ways to practice self-compassion is to change the way you talk to yourself. Instead of saying things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never get it right," try saying, "I'm doing my best," or "It's okay to make mistakes." The way you speak to yourself can have a profound impact on your mindset. When you speak kindly to yourself, you're reinforcing the belief that you are worthy of love and respect, no matter what happens. Another aspect of self-compassion is taking time for self-care. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily life, especially when you're trying to make changes. But self-care is not selfish. It's necessary. When you take time to nurture yourself, whether through relaxation, exercise, or spending time with loved ones, you're recharging your energy and giving yourself the strength to keep going. Self-care is a reminder that you are worthy of your own attention and love. Sometimes, we may feel that we don't deserve self-compassion, especially when we've made mistakes or feel like we're not doing enough. But the truth is, you don't need to earn kindness. It's your birthright. You are deserving of compassion, regardless of your mistakes or setbacks. When you practice self-compassion, you begin to build a strong foundation of self-love that will support you throughout your transformation. One way to deepen your self-compassion is through mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you stay present in the moment and recognize your emotions without judgment. It allows you to acknowledge your thoughts and feelings without attaching any negative labels to them. When you practice mindfulness, you become more aware of your inner dialogue, and you can consciously choose to be kinder to yourself. Now, take a moment to reflect. How do you talk to yourself when you face challenges or setbacks? Are you kind and understanding, or do you tend to be harsh and critical? How can you start practicing self-compassion today? Remember, you are doing your best, and that is enough. Be kind to yourself and trust that every step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goals. As you embark on your 30-day journey, one of the most important tools you'll have is accountability. Accountability is not about someone else checking up on you. It's about holding yourself to your own commitments. It's about creating a system where you can measure your progress and stay on track, even when things get tough. The key is to track your journey in a way that keeps you motivated and focused. At the beginning of any transformation, it's easy to feel excited and full of energy. The idea of starting something new often brings a rush of motivation. But as time goes on, motivation can fade, especially when the results aren't immediately visible. This is when accountability becomes crucial. It's not about beating yourself up when things don't go according to plan. It's about recognizing where you are, celebrating the small wins, and getting back on track when you slip up. Accountability is the bridge between your intentions and your results. Tracking your progress doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, simplicity is key. Start by creating a journal or a tracking system where you can mark off each day you successfully follow through with your intentions. This could be as simple as checking off a box next to a goal, writing down how you felt after completing a task, or reflecting on what you learned that day. The act of recording your progress is not just about tracking your actions. It's about reinforcing the habit of consistency and growth. It's also important to track your emotions and mindset throughout this process. Many times, transformation isn't just about the physical changes you see. It's about how you feel and how your mindset shifts. Maybe you notice that you're feeling more confident, less anxious, or more focused. These shifts are just as important as the external changes, and they provide valuable insight into how far you've come. In addition to tracking your actions, take note of the obstacles you encounter. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to learn more about yourself and your journey. Don't be afraid to write down when things are tough or when you feel overwhelmed. Acknowledging these feelings allows you to process them and move past them. Recognizing the obstacles is not a sign of failure, but rather an opportunity for growth. The more you track your emotions and challenges, the better equipped you'll be to handle them in the future. As you track your progress, remember that it's okay to have days when things don't go as planned. The goal is not perfection, it's persistence. There will be days when you don't feel like it, or when external circumstances try to derail you. On those days, simply acknowledge how you're feeling and then take one small step forward. That small action can help break the cycle of inaction and get you back on track. Another helpful tool for accountability is sharing your progress with someone you trust. This doesn't mean you need to broadcast everything on social media, but having someone to share your wins and challenges with can provide additional motivation. Whether it's a friend, family member, or even a mentor, having someone to check in with can keep you accountable and offer support when you need it most. Now let's reflect for a moment. How can you start tracking your progress today? What small actions can you take that will keep you on track toward your goals? Tracking your journey isn't just about keeping a record. It's about building momentum and celebrating every step forward, no matter how small. When you look back at your progress at the end of 30 days, you'll be amazed at how much you've accomplished, both externally and internally. As you continue your 30-day journey, one of the most important skills you'll need to develop is focus. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. From constant notifications on your phone to the demands of everyday life, staying focused on your goals can be a constant battle. But if you want to see real change, you need to learn how to eliminate distractions and channel your energy into what truly matters. Focus is not something that happens automatically. It requires practice and intention. It's not just about setting a goal and hoping for the best. It's about taking specific, deliberate actions to direct your attention and energy toward that goal. This means being intentional about how you spend your time and what you choose to engage with. The first step to cultivating focus is to recognize where your attention is going. Are you spending time on things that align with your goals? Or are you letting distractions pull you away from what matters most? One of the most effective ways to stay focused is by creating an environment that supports your goals. This could mean decluttering your workspace, turning off your phone during work hours, or setting clear boundaries with others about your time. A clean, organized space can help clear your mind, making it easier to concentrate and stay on task. When you eliminate physical distractions, your mind becomes clearer and you're able to focus more effectively on the task at hand. Another powerful tool for staying focused is time blocking. Time blocking involves setting aside specific periods of time each day to focus solely on one task. During these blocks, eliminate all distractions. No checking your phone, no multitasking, just full concentration on the task at hand. The more you practice time blocking, the more you'll be able to cultivate deep focus that allows you to work more efficiently and effectively. By carving out dedicated time for specific tasks, you create a structure that helps you stay on track and reduces the temptation to stray. It's also important to learn how to say no. Many of us struggle with this because we don't want to disappoint others, but saying yes to everything can lead to overwhelm and a lack of focus. Be mindful of what you say yes to and make sure it aligns with your goals. It's okay to decline requests that don't serve your purpose. Protect your time and energy and prioritize what matters most. Saying no is a powerful way to stay focused and create the space you need to reach your goals. In addition, setting clear goals and breaking them down into smaller, manageable tasks is essential for maintaining focus. When your goals are vague or overwhelming, it's easy to get distracted. But when you have a clear plan and specific steps to follow, it becomes easier to stay focused and make progress. Each small task you complete builds momentum and keeps you moving forward toward your bigger vision. As you continue on your 30-day journey, remember that focus is a skill that takes time to develop. It won't happen overnight, but with practice, you will find yourself becoming more focused and less distracted by the things around you. Every time you choose to stay focused, you're building the mental muscle that will carry you through the challenges ahead. Now take a moment to reflect. What distractions are currently taking up your time and energy? How can you eliminate them today to make room for your goals? The key to success is focus. By eliminating distractions, you give yourself the best chance to achieve your dreams. As you approach the final stretch of your 30-day transformation journey, it's time to focus on the most powerful change of all, transforming your identity. The truth is, lasting change doesn't happen just on the outside. It begins within. Your identity shapes how you think, how you feel, and how you act. It influences everything about you, from your habits to your relationships to your overall approach to life. If you want to create lasting change, you need to start by becoming the person you want to be right now. The most powerful tool you have for transformation is your mindset. It's not enough to just take action. You must believe that you are capable of change. The identity you hold about yourself shapes every decision you make. If you believe you are someone who struggles with consistency or doesn't deserve success, your actions will reflect that belief. But if you shift your identity and start seeing yourself as someone who is disciplined, capable, and worthy of success, your actions will naturally follow suit. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but the key is to start seeing yourself as that person right now. You don't need to wait for external validation or a perfect moment. You can begin to act in alignment with the person you want to become today. This means making decisions that reflect your future self. If you want to be someone who is healthy and strong, start making choices that reflect that identity now. If you want to be someone who is successful in your career, take action that moves you in that direction today. Part of this process is embracing the fact that change is uncomfortable. You will face resistance, and you may even experience setbacks along the way. But each time you push through the discomfort and continue moving forward, you reinforce the identity of someone who is resilient and committed to growth. Remember, transformation is not about perfection, it's about progress. Each day that you stay committed to your goals and your vision, you are becoming the person you want to be. Another important aspect of transforming your identity is letting go of limiting beliefs. These beliefs are often formed from past experiences or the opinions of others, but they do not define who you are or what you can achieve. To truly transform your life, you need to challenge these beliefs and replace them with new, empowering thoughts. Every time you catch yourself thinking, "I can't," replace it with, "I am capable," or "I will figure this out." The more you do this, the more your identity will shift to align with your true potential. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen your new identity is through affirmations. Repeating positive affirmations daily helps reprogram your subconscious mind and reinforces the new beliefs you are creating. For example, saying, "I am confident and capable," "I am deserving of success," or "I am becoming the best version of myself," will help you internalize these qualities and make them a permanent part of your identity. At the end of this 30-day journey, when you look back, you will see that your transformation was not just in your actions, but in who you have become. You will no longer be the person you were at the beginning of this process. You will be someone who has embraced change, taken consistent action, and created a life that aligns with your true desires. Now take a moment to reflect on the person you are becoming. What is the identity you want to adopt moving forward? How will you show up for yourself every day? Take one small action today that aligns with this new identity and share it with us in the comments below. If this journey has resonated with you and you're ready to continue building the best version of yourself, consider subscribing to this channel and sharing your experience with others. Transformation is not just about doing, it's about becoming. Let's continue growing together.